A warning, brave adventurer. This episode of Echoes of Honor may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. Hello there, welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see all of your gorgeous faces. We are here, we are back, we are playing the premiere Cosmere RPG campaign. I know what I'm playing. Cosmere RPG campaign, Echoes of Honor. It is lovely to see all of your gorgeous faces. We are super excited to be diving back in. Super quick announcements before we jump in. You might notice my voice sounds a little different. I have a new microphone. I did not do the thorough testing that I should have, and I am now regretting it. Please let me know in the comments your opinions. What was the scale at which we were judging the performance of this new microphone? It was... I can't hear you, sorry, Ash. What was that?
It was fully sick.
I think it was like how sick to how much of a bitch you were.
That's right. That's right. On a scale of 0 to 10 on sick, how sick I sound, and 0 to 10 on how much of a little bitch I sound. Fantastic. Well, I'm a big fan of that. That sounds excellent.
And is that sick like fully sick, or you just sound like you've got
No, that's the scale. It's sick as in like, ill to fully sick. That's the... Raph, you've identified it perfectly. I reckon that's the best scale that there is. So yeah, let me know how it sounds. I will share the reason why I got a new mic in the future. It's hopefully tied to some very exciting news that I don't want to share just yet in case it's preemptive and it doesn't happen. But there may be some very exciting news regarding some voice acting stuff, which is one of the reasons why I've upgraded my microphone. I really, really hope that I have some excellent news for you in this space shortly. Yeah, it'll be really, really cool if this works out the way I hope it does. Other fun news to share. We're only a week away from the start of the Mistborn campaign. We have all of the character art ready to rock and roll. We've got all the characters ready to rock and roll. All the players are ready to go as well. There's only one thing we're waiting on, and that's the release of the Cosmere RPG Mistborn rule set, which is actually happening about an hour and a half to 2 hours before we go live. So we are really going to be like, and this is strange for us, we're really going to have our finger on the pulse with this one. And I'm very excited to be in that position. It's very, very exciting. I do have some spoilery news and some exciting news there. The characters that we've announced so far, it's actually not all the characters or all the players who are joining us. Raph, you're going to be joining us on Wednesday.
I will, and I can't fucking wait. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be really cool. We're not going to have you for the session 0, unfortunately, but we are going to have you very shortly afterwards. There's a reason for that, and it's a plot-related reason that will be revealed as we get into the Mistborn campaign. That's pretty much all the fun news I have to share. Before we do our recap and dive on into the session, anything else fun to share? Yes, no, maybe. No. Cool, that was perfect timing from Haz, and your camera came across without any work from me. I'm astounded. Normally your camera is one of the ones that refuses to come across. Ash always comes across without me doing anything, and Raph's is literally alternating every second time it comes across without any effort. I'm not sure why. Awesome sauce. Well, okay, let's do our recap. Let us dive on into the session. Our story follows a group of unlikely allies and friends, survivors of an attack on their caravan, now banded together under the banner of Bright Lord Bethab to seek those responsible, a cabal of light-eyed Aelthi nobles calling themselves the Sons of Honor. The team have managed to track down and capture the leader of their caravan, Bright Lady Ralanat, seemingly on the run from the Sons of Honor, who she previously had been working for. After rescuing her from her captors, holed up in Aladar's warcamp under guard from Commander Mintez, the team are now hiding out in a disused storm shelter, keen to get the answers they need. With Ralanat and her manservant Zindan separated, the group attempted to play them off each other, successfully managing to get Zindan to confess to a number of the crimes he had performed at Ralanat's behest, and most importantly, revealing that she had indeed stolen the shipment from the caravan, a chest the Sons of Honor seek with unrivaled aggression. After some more back and forth, the team have been able to at least reach an understanding with Ralanat, convincing her to work with them to disrupt the conspiracy in exchange for her protection and a more comfortable incarceration back at the Bethab warcamp. We left off last session though, as Neivien attempted to see what connection her mentor Navesh might have to the Sons of Honor, Ralanat seemingly knowing a lot more about Neivien's use of the Soulcaster and hinting at a more sinister purpose behind her trainings. And we left off last session as Neivien was moving a bit closer to Ralanat, as Ralanat leaned in closer and whispered to Neivien, Does Nivesh know that you've finally crossed that threshold, Neivien, with your Soulcaster? Does she know you're wielding again? And I believe, Raph, your exact quotes were, Neivien leaps at her.
Yep.
Cool. Neivien, what would you like to do?
I am just going... There's not much in the way of thought or...
So a typical
anything.
Neivien decision then.
Yeah, it's quite literally, I leap at her and I'm just clawing at her face with my nails, screaming.
Fantastic. Could you make me an unarmed attack, please, Neivien?
I would love to, except now I'm cursed with the roll 20 round and round in circles for the character sheet.
Oh yeah, that happened to me as well.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
no problems. I can easily fix that. I literally just have to, I can just duplicate your stuff. It's not a problem. That's easy.
Okay, I'm booting up Demiplane as we speak to try and get it working as a roundabout way, which is working. Do you want me to roll an unarmed through Demiplane? Or...
That's absolutely fine. And I've made a new Neivien for you in the thing, so you should be able to find that. And
A little refresh has helped mine along.
You get to join me as having 2 functional character sheets now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. It was only an 11.
That does still hit her physical defense. So if you would like to roll me some damage, I think it'll be like...
It's a 2.
It's a 2. To your immense satisfaction, Neivien, Ralanat was not prepared for this. The woman who has been unflappable, who has been so controlled, so carefully manicured this whole time with her performance of self, you are met with a very satisfying moment as her eyes go wide, as your hands just come in and begin scraping down the side of her face. She lets out an extremely satisfied shriek as she falls backwards, her head cracking into the stone at the edge of the wall, before dropping to the ground, rolling away, trying to scuttle away from you with her arms and legs still bound, and still binding her to the chair. I have to ask, is anyone else doing anything while this happens? Or are we just popcorn out, bit of fried kremling, bit of deep fried kremling, just chewing down?
Because I should stress that this is not like me actively wanting to end her. This is literally just nails and hair pulling at this point.
Sure. But that's Raph saying that, and Neivien spent the last couple of hours talking about murdering this bitch.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Ztar's gonna breathe in Stormlight and go quick, and Zoomies on over, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably try and stick Neivien to the wall. Is probably what I'm gonna try and do.
Whoa.
I think that makes sense. Do you want to make I think it's a spiritual, right? To infuse her against her will? You have to make a spiritual test with you.
Actually, no, I can't. I'm not a winner. I can't really stick people. I mean, I could gravitate her to the wall, but that's a bit more aggressive.
I was going to say...
I just breathe in the Stormlight to enhance myself and just speed over and just probably try and just pick her up.
Yeah. Do you want to make an athletics check for me, Ztar, against Neivien's... Neivien, you can kind of pick if you wanted to do more of an athletics setup here, or if you wanted to do more of an acrobatic style thing or agility, you're more than welcome to.
I mean, they're all pretty bad.
They're both +1. I'm just looking at your character sheet now. Your character sheet is now working in demiplane.
Yes, I'm just booting it up.
Perfect.
I'm gonna do athletics. I think that makes the most sense. Cool, awesome. It's up. It's running.
That makes me happy. How's the bass sounding now?
Nat 1, let's
Natural
go!
1. Okay.
Wow.
You accidentally...
Still one.
You accidentally used destruction.
Ztar. Ztar, you're still learning. You're still learning how to use the surge of gravitation. In this instance, it's less about...
I was just enhancing myself.
Yeah, true. Sorry, you're still learning your enhanced strength, your Stormlight strength. When you go to pick up Neivien, Instead, you just backhand, like going to grab her and pull her, you just throw her bodily across the room, ripping her off Ralanat at the same time. Could you roll a d4 for me, please, Ztar?
Whoops.
It's a 4. Neivien, your hands are tangled in Ralanat's hair as this happens, and your agility or your athletics check is a 10. As you are torn away, thick clumps of dyed black hair come with you as Ralanat lets out a horrific screech and clutches at her head. What are you doing? As she screeches at you, clutching at her hair as you're thrown bodily back.
I think Neivien just snarls. Doesn't go back in for the attack. Is just now past that moment of blind rage, just breathing very heavily and climbing back to her feet, teeth gritted.
Neivien, don't give her more information than she already has. The more you react, the more she knows the value of what she has to say. And she's still our prisoner, don't kill her.
I agree, I'm not going to kill her. Okay, she is very, very good at getting under my skin. I'm going to stay over here for a moment, I think. Thank you.
She is
Ztar.
She's a bit of a snake.
Come now,
Rav-eth,
this
can
was
you please fix her head?
Yes, no, I'll have a look. Yeah, come here.
I'm going to go over as Rav-eth does this because Ztar and I were the only two that were advocating for not killing her, and after Nevien's little push, there is a sense of concern as Alaran is watching very closely Rav-eth coming into help.
And I grab my scalp out and I just no.
Rav-eth, as you walk on over, you're muted, Has, we can't hear you.
No, just bad.
Oh man.
It was really funny though. It was so.
Tell me.
witty,
You
just
can do it now. It's
like,
okay. You can do it now. We've paused the whole stream for you. The floor is yours. Yeah.
Can you
No,
explain that for us?
I gotta know what it is now.
Yeah.
No. It was too witty to recreate. Like,
So that you know that Has deeply regrets opening his mouth, and it was very poor. It was very top slot.
Anything else would just be a tribute to Harrison's banter.
Yeah, thank you.
That's right. It's just a tribute. Yeah. Rav-eth, as you head on over, Ralanat actually has tears in her eyes at the edges of them. This really hurt and really shook her. As you head on over, begin using your Stormlight to heal her, she genuinely was afraid for her life in that moment. And she turns towards you, eyes wide. That woman is feral. I don't know what I said that deserves such a response. I was merely implying that she was using her Soulcaster again and asked if her mistress, her mentor, knew about this. Unbelievable.
My lady Ralanat, I understand that this is a pretty scary situation. It's scary for all of us, this entire debacle that we're in. Neivien has issues that, well, not necessarily issues, but she has a history that she is working through. And your words, although learned and based on truths that you may or may not believe to be real, there may be some falsehood there. You may not know the full story. So your words may have been triggering to her. So I would refrain from perhaps bringing that up again in her company.
She nods. Thank you for repairing the damage.
It's okay. It's the least I can do.
The hair that grows back, Rav-eth, is white, no longer dyed. She now has two matching chunks of hair that are now like patches of white that have grown out through the bits that were torn out by Neivien. It's quite a striking look.
It's a rather striking, fetching look you have now, Lady Ralanat.
She just nods.
Well, I must say this does sour our agreement somewhat. I thought we had reached an amicable decision together, but if that harlot, if that harpy over there is going to be involved in things and going to be acting like this, well then I think I might be playing things a bit
You
close to my
do
chest.
remember that the alternative to our deal is that you don't leave the storm shelter. Trust me, we are doing everything we can to keep you alive here. The more you talk, the harder that is becoming for me right now.
I was
If you
going to say the
simply
same
promise-
Yeah.
thing. Ralanat, it's quite simple. You are healed. You are back intact. Don't speak again until we get to where we're going.
She just
Yeah, I
nods.
was going to say, does anyone have a strong opposition to her no longer talking? I think we all agree we have enough information out of her for now.
To be
We agreed to
fair,
get her there
Neivien
alive.
asked her a specific question that she then answered.
Yeah,
like,
Which was directly after Ztar asked some very specific questions about Fanadol's camp.
And
But-
I didn't met her.
No,
Yeah,
no, this is still good. Hula.
No,
I guess, yeah, does anyone else want to...
Gagger.
not necessary. I was going to ask her if she maybe for the best if she I pull out like a little cloth for my medicine bag. It might be best if we gag you again.
We are walking.
I'm fine if we don't gag her and she said something like that again. And then
I'm just saying it may be the best for everyone if we just
Get out.
I think if we walk her comfortably back to camp, if she is gagged, that is a problem. If she chooses to speak, that is a very unwise decision.
I mean I could
And she would agree with that.
I could always make it look like she's not gagged.
What? How would you?
Regrow her mouth shut.
Holy shit.
well, you couldn't do that.
Party? This
You-
is the
you could-
most twisted.
You could only do that if her spiritual image of herself, she had no mouth, because regrowth like basically like pulls upon your spiritual aspect
Yeah.
to change your physical to match the spiritual aspect. So like,
I meant more to make it look
I
like
sewed vines through her lips. I could
Ah.
sew vines through her lips and then you could grow that. How about that, Owen? If
That would
makes
work.
sense.
that would work. Why not?
We really should have a separate campaign that is. the
Yeah, like, is this
twisted
Curse of
Roshar.
Strahd?
Yeah,
Or...
I was like, wait a second.
I don't have the sanity
And I
stat,
cut up
but I
his
could
legs in and
easily.
he could feel the cold.
The plot twist is we never stopped playing Curse of Strahd.
Yeah.
This has been a Blinsky special. the whole time.
Yeah, he got a new
It
module.
was me, hello the Blinsky. Hello, Kremlings.
Wow.
Better of the shard of chaos.
That's it. Yeah. You want the shard
Hula.
blades? I have the best shard blades here at Blinsky's. Yeah.
Hula,
Oh, God.
I want you with Ralanat. She's your charge. We get her to Bethab camp safely. Even if it means you have to push Neivien away from her this time.
Hula thinks for a minute and goes, push her away quickly or after a little bit?
You stop her scratching, clawing, or scalping in any way. No one should
Yeah.
reach Ralanat.
You hear that, Naveen? Poking,
I'm not...
maiming, all good.
Ztar, can I get you walking with Red 3? Ralanat, do you have a place you wish to be?
As far away from that harpy as possible. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Very well.
Before
I,
Neivien,
Rav-eth,
talk to you
Hula,
before we go.
Alaran.
Yes. Ztar, yes. Yes.
I was just going to say, I mean, this woman, somewhat manipulative though she is, does have a lot of information. If any of you had something that you wished to know about, now may be a good time before questions for her become less private. Just, I would try not to attack her for the answer, but if there is something she may know that you would like to know, it's possibly worth asking.
I don't wasn't particularly looking to speak to her. I don't really wish to engage in such a communication as to not end up in the same state as Neivien. I felt my tempers rising a little bit, but yeah, no, I think I'm okay for now.
She hasn't got anything for me.
No.
She wouldn't have shared it if she did.
You didn't ask any questions, Alaran. I merely answer.
You didn't give me the answers when we were asking the more direct questions. I don't want them more.
You hadn't made offers that I was interested in, but now we've come to a compact, an accord. Do you have any questions, Alaran?
No.
You sure you don't want to know what your father's been up to?
No, I don't.
Fair enough. You probably don't, to be fair.
I think there's like a slight sign of he believes that. But he cannot see anything to even hear in what she says.
Both of you wanted a shard blade, did you not?
Well, Alaran is hoping to reclaim his family's shard blade, but yes. Is that not true, Alaran?
Oh, any show.
Smirk hits his face. Yes. He doesn't say anything in particular, but a smirk, like an uncomfortable, said so directly conversation.
So I didn't mean to touch on a nerve. I just thought maybe you should know the weakest challenger to focus your efforts if you were wanting to still win that blade.
I think one suicide mission at a time, Ztar.
Fair enough.
If you're committed on mucking around with Bright Lord Rezi, he has both plate and blade, and is compromised at the time being. And obviously, Commander Mintez will be making a play for each of you. He saw your faces. He knows that you took me out of his camp. He has blade, and he will be coming for you. For all of us. We're in this together.
I do have a question, actually, now that I think about it a little further. More about you and your workings. Do you have any... I mean, obviously, you keep to yourself. You probably don't have many colleagues. But are there others like you amongst the camps? I'm sure there is.
None as successful as myself, but there are many smaller winnows swimming in the shallows of this camp, yes. Those who broker in information, in deals, those who fix problems for the high princes.
But of course, you're the biggest fish, right?
Oh no. I am a sky eel swimming amongst the bigger fish, Rav-eth.
Yeah. So the white spines of this camp are still out there, then?
Of course. But when one plays with predators, one often finds themselves on the menu. I swim in safer waters, pick my time and customers more carefully.
I mean, you say that, but you were recently a little bit out of water there for a bit. I mean...
Yes, the Sons of Honor proved to be a professional mistake on my part. In my defense, I didn't know I was working for a conspiracy of many different nobles when I first got involved. I thought I was merely completing a smaller task for an individual. It was only after I had performed that job that I was informed of other tasks within this group and of the nature of the group itself.
So I don't suppose then, in terms of these bigger players, you wouldn't happen to know... I mean, you probably don't want to spend too much time with them, given the fact that, as you rightly say, you don't want to be on the menu, so to speak. But you wouldn't happen to know where they'd be frequenting.
Most of them don't meet in person, not since the death of good King Gavilar. They've become a little bit paranoid, would you believe? Now they meet in smaller groups, speak via span read. It's one of the only reasons women have been brought into the organization, I suspect.
Interesting. Do you think they have their sights set on the Sons of Honor as well?
Who?
Those larger players, of course.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Sons of Honor.
Oh, I was just talking about your colleagues, if you had any, but it sounds like perhaps they're in leagues with Sons of Honor as well.
There are a number of other fixers that you can find throughout the camps. Most Bright Lords in higher positions have one or two that they'll turn to. There are obviously assassins as well, those who work for nefarious purposes.
But you're a bit of a solo entity then, not really connected with any house, so to speak, though.
I prefer to operate alone. Myself and Zinton, of course, present company not excluding. And we've always found we make our own way better without involving more people. The problem with doing things that are meant to be kept secret, Rav-eth, is that the more people are involved, the less secret it becomes very quickly. I've found that 2 to 3 people is the only number that can keep a secret. And even then, I prefer it when it's just 1.
Yeah. Yes, it does make sense. You are trading a lot of personal security by being a bit of a wanderer then.
Absolutely. Although I must admit, this is my first time coming out to the plains. Previously, I'd done most of my business within the cities. Kolinar, Vedan. This is my first time heading out into the battlegrounds. Not what I expected so far. Less lucrative than I was hoping, and a lot more running.
Suppose a war zone will do that to you. There's no real winners in war, let me tell you.
Oh, Rav-eth, there are winners in war. It's people like me. Those who supply the weapons, those who supply the information. The opportunists. War is a business transaction. You just have to get away with as much as you can while the others are distracted.
I suppose I should rephrase my point. It's not necessary. Of course, there are those like you and your ilk that make profit off of all of this, but it's everyone else, normally the ones who are actually doing the fighting, that are worse off.
I don't like to burden myself with thoughts of how the other people are doing. It's much easier to just not think about them, to be honest.
Sure, but they're customers. They're the ones that are doing the dirty work, and if they all die, well, not really any benefit or business for you.
Don't be naive. The people fighting aren't my customers. The people dying aren't my customers. Those who sit back in their tents, sipping at sapphire wine while pointing at a map, they're my customers. They're not dying on the field. They're not getting even close to it. And if they are, they're wrapped in layers of shard plate, wielding a blade that kills with a single touch. Honestly, they're not in any real danger.
Sure. Yes. No, very good point. Very good point. I'm sure once those armies are extinguished, though, and those generals have nothing better to do than to clink their goblets together and talk about the old days, well then, what will be left for you and your ilk? Or will there always be a war and a battle of some type?
This war's not going anywhere, not with the gem hearts. Open your eyes. This is a city now, a district, a protectorate of Alethkar. This isn't going anywhere as long as there are gem hearts. This battle here... The Aelthi aren't going anywhere, Rav-eth. There's too much money to be made. Too much wealth here untapped. As long as there are great shells to slay and gem hearts to claim, the Aelthi will be here for a long, long time yet.
Interesting. I suppose you're quite right with that, then.
War never changes.
I was going to say that. I was waiting for the opportune moment, you son of a bitch. Well done. War never changes. You hear from Red 3 at the back before he goes silent again.
Whoa.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any other observations? Any other things you need my piercing wit and insight to fill you in on?
That's all from me.
Owen, I'd like to roll a retroactive insight check with disadvantage, if I can.
For sure.
I'd like to, because obviously I had my own shit going on, but I would like to have tried to work out why my attack on her affected her so much more than
Yes.
everything else she's come across.
Yep. Absolutely.
Would that be
Insight makes
deduction,
sense.
insight?
Yeah, I'd say deduction or insight. You can pick either, actually. Your choice. Both work well here.
Okay, I'm going to
It's
do
a very good point.
deduction with disadvantage because I was not with it.
Fair.
10.
Ooh, so good.
Neivien. It's hard to say. Maybe the shock of it, the surprise, maybe just the suddenness of it threw her off. No. There's something else there, but you're not sure what. Something about the ferocity, the suddenness, that was a part of it, but there's something else here.
Oh, well.
Oh well.
Gosh darn it.
Well, I can't figure it out. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, Naveen's just kind of off to the side still.
Yeah, she keeps glancing at you every so often, Neivien, making sure that you are a fair distance away. Whatever this is, it's that fear hasn't gone away completely. Yeah, no, all good. Well, any other questions you want to ask me before we march me back to Bethab's war camp and set me up in my little gilded cage? I'm sure there's something you must want to know. Or are you so
I'd
eager
like to know how do we get in touch with you once you do get out of your gilded cage?
She smirks at you, Neivien. Well, if you had yourself a span reed pair, we could always communicate via that. Who says I'm going to escape, though? Locate me a span reed pair, just in case, Neivien, and then we can always chat if we need to. How about that?
I don't respond, I just stare at her.
You've seen what we can do. Have you ever met or heard of anyone else like us?
I have heard rumors. You may or may not be aware. There have been some events taking place here in the Shattered Plains, at the camps, particularly in the camp of Sadius. There was a man, a slave, strung up for a high storm. Said to be storm-blessed is the word I've heard used to describe him. Bridge boy. Well, not only survived the high storm, but there's been reports of him doing things unusual. Things. I know that some of the upper echelon of Sadius's group have had their eye on him.
All right, perhaps we should go meet this Stormblessed, then maybe he knows more than we do.
Good luck getting into Sadius's war camp to speak to a bridge boy. I'm sure that'll be very easy for you.
Who do you think you're talking to? I can go anywhere and do anything. People do not pay attention to me.
They might not in Bethab's camp. Sadius's group are far more observant. You're not going to be able to simply walk in. They know who's in their camp, Parshendi.
I am yet to meet an Aelthi that pays attention to which Parshman is which.
But there are others. I've heard stories. The Sons of Honor were very interested in these stories. I know that there's been a number of communications, collecting information about people surviving where they shouldn't. I believe is what the official note was. Look for those who survive where they shouldn't.
So the Sons of Honor are trying to find people like us?
Yes, they are. Confirm that people like you are becoming more common.
And what is it that they hope to achieve? I don't actually know if we ever asked what these dudes are after.
No.
I think because we all know, but like,
I wondered
people
when you'd
playing
asked
at
that
home.
question. It seemed like an obvious first starting point, but we got there eventually. Yes, it's a good point. What are
we were
the
kind
Sons
of
of
more
Honor?
preoccupied with people who tried to kill us.
That is also
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
What are the Sons of Honor after? Excellent question. I don't know all their stated goals, but what I was told and what I've been able to find out, they believe that honor has been lost and that honor must return for people, for humans to be great once again, for us to return to our pinnacle in the age of legends, the time before the desolations. Something must change. That's what I know.
And somehow people like us are how they plan to do this. Okay.
I
You
can't say
have
that their
changed,
methods-
have you not?
I can't say that their methods have been very honorable. It seems a bit of an oxymoron to me.
She shrugs.
Just straight up contradiction.
She just
Part
shrugs.
of their, if that's part of their opus memorandum, then it seems a little bit strange that they would be asking for honor when they are working in very dishonorable methods of gaining such things. Unless it's like a necessary evil sort of deal where they get to it in the end, but that doesn't make any sense to me.
Honor demands that the journey comes before the destination.
That is a good point. So I guess
How
then
one
that,
gets there is more important for honor than where we get to.
Alaran has been tuning her out and kind of not wanting to talk with her since, I guess, Ztar and
started to-
Neivien's.
To bait you.
No, when he saw it with both of them of like feeding the information, and then he dropped it, and Alaran kind of like tried to like be like, I don't want to have anything to do with this. I don't want to hear anything else. I've already told her to be quiet. But on that statement, Sons of Honor believe humans have lost their honor and they must return to greatness again, with like power like ours. Are there people within the Sons of Honor that have powers like what you've seen from
I don't know.
some of
Honestly,
them?
I don't know. I had thought that their stated goals were foolish, and the aspirations of bored men. I had thought all of this was rubbish, to be perfectly honest. Seeing you and what you can do has made me understand that maybe there was more to their stated goals, what they were after.
Alaran's like processing some of this, realizing she's not really given him the clear answer he was looking for here, but he's probably going to internalize this a little bit and do some thinking on this.
I mean, if the Sons of Honor were after people like us, then bringing out a shard blade and striking us down is not necessarily furthering their goals. It's a rather strange reaction to have if you're wanting us for something else or something greater.
I suspect Mintez did not know what you were or what you could do when he saw you rushing away with me and Zindan. I imagine if you were to present yourselves to Commander Mintez, show him what you can do, there may be a different reception, like there was with my two jailers and torturers. They were quite excited to see you. But I wouldn't advise that. I don't think he'd appreciate the welcome Mintez likely has planned for you.
You're welcome again, by the way. Just remember.
Oh,
Who saved
absolutely. It's a wonderful trade that we're able to do. You save me, now I save you.
Okay.
Sort of wins at that and walk away. I don't agree with that.
Grab your packs, everybody. I think it's time for us to push on.
Yes, I am getting rather peckish, and it's been a while since I had something to drink. You don't have any wine with you, do you? No, I'll take your silence as a no.
White, wouldn't we?
Horny to white? No, I'd rather
Yes,
not vomit up most of my own intestines and expire in a pile of my own blood as my stomach melts. No, thank you. Thank you very much, Hula. Some
Beggars
Aelthi.
can't be chulas.
Beggars... I'm not a beggar, am I, though?
In this instance, you are.
I'm an esteemed, noble, high-born lady, Hula. And your ticket to getting back at the Sons of Honor. Let's head to Bethab's camp, shall we? I wouldn't mind a drink and a bite to eat.
Yeah. As
It's
we
almost like, for podcast listeners, every time she takes charge, there's this look that Raph gets in particular. Everyone gets it, but Raph in particular, where he's like, we shouldn't be letting her take charge here.
yeah.
Yeah, if she talks again, I'll probably shove Horny to White down her throat.
That'd be fun.
Rav-eth.
Yes, Alaran.
Zindan is your charge.
Oh, yes, of course. No problem.
Naveen's mine.
Okay.
So I think in terms of configuration, Ztar, Red 3, front of party, scouting, leading, walkway back to Bethab, middle space, Hula, and Ralanat, and then possibly yourself and Zindan, and then Neivien and I at the rear guard.
Sounds good.
And I just put my hand on Neivien as we are getting ready to move out, and I say, we need to talk about this later, but I understand. You don't need to say anything now, but
All right, I'll hear out whatever you have to say when you're ready.
I look down.
Ztar going to do what you say, but then just has a. When did we baby Alaran become our boss?
Oh, I'm all for it.
I'm not gonna play it. Like, it made sense. It was a good direction. It was like solid leadership from the wee lad. But it's just like, hang on. When did the light-eyed boy actually start taking charge of the group?
He's very determined to get you back to House Bethab for no other reason than safety.
A couple of near-death experiences will do that to a boy. Become a man.
Yeah, there's a huge bounty for the entire party.
I chomp through the guts. I want to play.
Yeah,
Maybe Daddy will like me now.
maybe.
Yeah. I'll get you guys into a bunch of trouble, and then I'll use my light eyes immunity to get myself out of the trouble.
Yeah, here are the criminals. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found
I
them.
was tailing them
Daddy,
the
drag me
whole
along.
time.
Yeah.
Didn't I do a good job?
Yeah. Does Neivien still have a clump of hair in her hand?
No, but it would be on the ground next to where she's standing. I don't think she's actually moved from where she was thrown.
You moved with the hair.
Yeah. I kind of grabbed it and then was yeeted across the room.
It's still kind
and
of
I think
tangled in
she's-
your fingers, Neivien.
Yeah, there'd definitely be some still stuck there, but she hasn't just been gripping onto the clump, let's put it that way.
She's not eating it or
No.
Okay, good.
It's got a
Beautiful.
feral in the corner.
It's like a long lost teddy bear just stroking it.
She's got a comb out. She's just combing it.
This is for my little dolly. I'll get it all made up, and then I can stick pins in it while Ralanat's watching. I'm gonna make the world's first.
It's called a voodoo. What would it be? A voodoo fabrial.
World's first voodoo fabrial.
I wonder if that would be possible to make like a resonance fabrial.
With hemalurgy, anything's possible.
With hemalurgy, anything's possible. And the great thing about
very
hemalurgy is
true, actually.
it works everywhere, and the pins are already there.
Do you guys know the origins of the voodoo dolls?
No.
In real world
I've
or
read
Roshar?
this. Real world. I've read this. So I don't know how true it is, but supposedly it is like medicine information recording. So if there was a pin in the head,
Yeah.
it was because the doctor / shaman had them come in complaining about pains in their head, and so they were depicting it. So it was like a filing system for where their medical
That
concerns
makes
were
sense.
from.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
So
Probably.
cool.
And then it got construed to being the other way around.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Whitey's
Like
came along and
cut
went,
off arm, they're like, oh yeah, this dude is having a bad like elbow infection or something like that,
Oh
and they're
my
like,
God.
yeah, they've made him lose his arm.
Fascinating.
That's actually
That-
that's a cool way of doing
as
it.
That's
you're
a
saying
fun
that, Ash,
side.
I think I've heard that before as well. That does sound
Yeah.
familiar. And it makes a lot of sense.
It's funny how it's been like misconstrued and like,
Yeah, well,
culture.
That's
a whole other thing.
Classic
colonization
colonialism.
did that, yeah,
Yeah.
because it was all the traditional
Yeah.
practices they weren't allowed to write, and therefore that's how they were record keeping
Mm.
instead.
It must be some sort of dark magic they're performing. Stop them at once. Yeah, classic colonialism. Incredible. Now off to the British Museum with all your
That
stuff.
is exactly what someone with dark magic would want you to think that they do.
Yeah.
That's how they edge it up.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Fantastic. So it sounds like you guys are all leaving the storm shelter, bringing Zindan with you. You've got a marching order. Brilliant. As you make your way out of the storm shelter and back towards the edges of the outer market, the pathway down leads down that hillside again, down the edge of the crater wall, before turning towards the north as you make your way towards Bethab's camp. Whatever disturbance was going on in Sadius's camp seems to have somewhat resolved. The smoke rising from the center of his camp where someone had burned an enormous glyph, the glyph for justice, seems to have faded mostly. And the Kolinar camp seems in extreme excitement, would be the way to kind of phrase this. And you are walking directly past it. As you do so, you can see that there is a buzz of activity, a number of soldiers at the front gates in a very sorry state. Damaged weapons, torn uniforms, a number of them injured, as surgeons begin to rush to the gates and help those injured soldiers. A plateau run has gone terribly wrong for the King's brother and for the Blackthorn and his men. You can see two enormous Ryshardium being escorted into a nearby stable. One, I think it's white, and one sort of like a darkish brown, being escorted into a nearby stable. I think it's probably the first time you would have seen these enormous horses, standing taller from hoof to shoulder than most men. Even Hula, really at eye height with these horses. Their hooves are crystalline, and the way they move is this incredibly graceful, very deliberate, almost trot. They are stunning, or beautiful to behold. You know that each of these horses is worth as much as plate. They're often considered the third shard by those in positions of power. And it's particularly Alaran, I think, would know this information. And Alaran, you would be looking at these horses longingly, would be the way to describe it. To earn the trust of a Ryshardium it's a rare thing and a very special thing, and the aspiration of many, many High Lords. Many Bright Lords. As you continue your way past the Kolinar camp, begin moving further north, it doesn't take you too much longer to reach Bethab's warcamp. True to her word, Ralanat does... Oh, yep, go, Neivien.
Just while we're walking along, there's two things that are coming to Naveen's mind based off what she said about the span reed being a way to communicate with her and needing to get one of those. Firstly, it made her remember the span reed that she dropped as a way to potentially get some sort of communication from the Sons of Honor. And the other thing is she started kind of thinking about a way that it might be possible using resonance with the span reeds to embed some sort of a smaller fabrial that wouldn't be detected, that would resonate at a frequency for both of them that would allow her to turn that back into speech, where the one fabrial on the span reed is picking up the
vibrations of
vocal
another
resonance.
and transmitting. Essentially, an early crystal radio is what you're proposing here, Neivien.
Basically, as a bug. Is that something that she can fiddle around with in her spare time?
You are creating a completely new and unique Fabrial that has never been thought of before. Yes, absolutely. We'll have you roll some crafting checks on this. This will take you some time and experimentation. In your downtime, we can work on this. This will take a while. You're essentially inventing an early radio, a crystal radio, which is actual technology we have here on Earth that's not complicated. It's not hard to make one of these. Yes, Neivien. Yes, is the answer. You can work on this, 100%.
Sweet. With that in mind, I'm just going to look in my pocket and see if the other span reed is flashing at all at this stage.
Not yet. No flashing on the other span reed yet.
Cool. Carry on.
Brilliant. To get through the nitty-gritty and or not the nitty-gritty, to get through the more boring parts of your journey, Alaran's shoulder patch and position has already been shared amongst the guards at the Bethab camp. You are immediately escorted into the camp and directly to your lodgings, Alaran. On your way there, you are assured by one of the guards that they will immediately go and fetch Peligan to come and speak with you. Seeing that you have some extra people with you, and I'm assuming you also tell the guards, we need some people here. Immediately go and fetch Peligan and tells you that they'll meet you back at your little compound that you've set up, your lodgings inside Bethab's warcamp. As you make your way over there and head inside and get comfortable, it is only a few moments before Peligan bursts in, looking a bit hurried, dressed in his uniform, not in armor, just in his normal uniform, side sword strapped against his waist, with what looks like a backpack on his shoulders, almost like a side satchel. You're not sure what's in it, but it makes a bit of a clanking noise as he arrives in.
Well, how did you go? It's been some time. I was beginning to get concerned about you. Are you all well?
Not particularly.
No.
We have brought back part of the answer to our problem.
Yes, I am familiar. Ralanat?
You watch as she smiles.
Peligan, it's been too long.
Why is she here?
Because she was not willing to provide us with enough information for us to be comfortable with the answers that would satisfy yourself and the house. And she believes that she would be more useful returning to the house in a place of protection and continuing her work and serving the house properly.
You watch as Peligan turns with an eyebrow raised and looks at Ralanat, who has again taken a very comfortable seat, looking around for wine. She sort of like gestures over to Red 3.
Find some wine.
Pauses, looks up at Peligan.
Yes, of course. My involvement with this particular conspiracy was unintentional. I had no idea the degree at which I was participating in illegal activities, and frankly, I was embarrassingly a bit bamboozled by promises, by the power that this group put on show. And there's very powerful people involved, Peligan, the sort of people you can't just say no to. And I didn't realize the damage that would be done. My heart aches for those lives who were lost, loyal members of House Bethab who never made it to the Shattered Plains, never made it to their destination.
I glance over at like Neivien and Ztar. I want to get a read on like how they're feeling and all this.
I would like to
still pretend
insight.
to be harsh in front of this guy. So
Yeah. Not even like a little bit of a.
Did you want to go speak to Red 3 Ztar? Now would be a good time to do that.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'd probably just go stand with him. I'd be trying to blend in. They've probably worked it out, but I mean, I'm still maintaining some level of anonymity with. Yeah, but I mean, I'm still a parchment. I can't just, on my own volition, go walk off with another parchment to a bedroom.
But like people would assume you have a job that you've been told to do something. You easily could. You absolutely could. Like their attention is focused solely on Ralanat in this moment. Peligan hasn't even acknowledged you. His back is to you. If you wanted to go walk off with Red 3, absolutely could. Like no one's going to notice.
Okay, I'll just go stand.
Where are you going, Parchment?
Wait a second. No one leaves the room. Could I insight Peligan on how he's receiving Ralanat? Because Alaran's last session was, I can't trust Ralanat, and more than that, I can't trust any Aelthi. He's already had his Mintez moment where he's like, cool, someone I'm going to put some trust into, and then he got chased down and nearly assassinated by him immediately afterwards. And now he's standing in here.
I like maybe I might while this is happening, I might like go over to Peligan, just like in a whisper, and just sort of say, it may be best if we have a debrief out of earshot of this one.
Yes, I think that's wise. Lady, please excuse us for a moment. Stay comfortable in here.
And with that, he makes his way towards the door, gesturing for you to follow.
Before we do this, my insight check, could I raise the stakes on this? Because this is going to be the decider of whether or not I am thinking of trusting part of a house or trusting Pelican, or I am my own man and this is my team, and I am no longer like fully committing to that ideal. Like, is there a remnant of something to trust here?
I think given the number of natural ones you rolled on insight checks, I'm more than willing to allow a raise the stakes here, because for Alaran, this is a high stakes situation. You don't know who to trust. Your ability to trust those around you, to believe in the system that you have been a part of your entire life is crumbling to pieces all around you. Yes, I think it's very fair. And depending on the result here, this might have permanent psychological damage for Alaran. If you roll another natural one,
I think he's going to want to leave the nation. Like, he's going to just be advocating for things that mean he is either actively working against Allah's car, or he no longer, like, he cuts all ties. Like,
wow. I mean, I'll be pulling out the madness table, and we'll be making a Stormlight madness table for sure.
Cool.
Hey, you might get to meet Kaladin in a few more books if you do go mad and end up in the sanatorium. You can have... Okay, 19. And it gave you no ability whatsoever to raise the stakes, gave you zero help.
That's okay.
19's still good, though.
It's still really good. I'll give it a minute, because there's already communication in the Twitch chat that they want to give you disadvantage for this roll. So I'll give it a second or two. And there it is. If you could please...
I just had a question, because this might be relevant.
Yeah.
Is the raise the stakes the plot dice?
Yes. Correct.
Because I have Opportunist, which means I can re-roll a plot dice.
Okay. I would like you to do a full re-roll then. You can re-roll your plot dice, but you've also been given disadvantage on the D20 roll. So just roll a whole new insight check and raise the stakes again, and that's exactly the same.
Okay.
Oh no. That's so risky.
Come on, natural one. You know you want to see it. We all want to see it. Natural one and a complication. I want to have the complete...
Yeah.
Let's really, really like psychologically damage this character.
Yeah, he's just squinting at Pelican. He's like, Oh,
it's even better.
Wow. Moderately better.
So that's a 20 unnatural. And again, no assistance from the plot dice. The plot dice isn't showing up today. So we'll have to take the lower value, which is the 19 in this case. Alaran. Peligan's communication here with Ralanat has been quite short and a little bit sharp. Judging by his body language, judging by his tone, he is saying as little as possible to Ralanat, giving her as little as possible. And while she did her big spiel, her heart aching for those lives lost, he was really trying his best to keep a poker face, but you could see the skepticism. Like, he has Ralanat's measure. You're pretty confident he knows who this woman is. I mean, he clearly knows who this woman is. She clearly knows who he is. You think he does have a measure of her. He doesn't seem to be buying everything she's saying. However, the confusing part of this is his concern when he sees her. The first thing you saw on his face when he walked in the door and saw Ralanat was concern, a little bit of anxiety. That is not something you were expecting.
Interesting.
Someone's got some juicy goss on Pelican.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
My 13 love children, no! I'm a man slut.
Maybe.
Can we clip that? Can we get sound alert, please?
Whenever we have a new follower.
I want that as my text.
Yeah, me too. Damn.
It's a good voice, that one. That was the voice I did for the cleric and esoteric ebb. So for the entire game, every single thing I said was in that voice, and it was great.
Hello, I'm the cleric. Who are you voting for in the upcoming election?
It was a lot of fun. I'm sure someone will clip it. I can always trust Twitch to clip anything embarrassing I say and have it up on the Discord within 30 seconds. They're good like
We
that.
should tell Jacob about it.
Yeah.
He'll make an animated emote of it. It's fine. With my face, and then it just flashes over.
I'm a man slut.
So as you make your way outside to go meet with Pelican, is anyone not following? Is anyone? Hey, where are you guys doing? Where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you doing? What are you going?
If no one gestures to the Parsh, we'll stay put.
Okay.
I think Ralanat needs to be like locked down, but do we want Zindan to stay with us?
You have the key to the door. You can just lock the door behind you. Your rooms, the area where you are, that common room and the steps up to them.
We're just in our rooms. Okay.
Yeah, so you're in like the common area.
If you guys are going separate, I'm happy to stay and guard the Zindan Red 3 Ralanat triangle if we're leaving them in this room.
I don't want Zindan and Ralanat in the same room.
If I'm there, they're not talking. I'll
Where is
around.
Zindan?
Same goes for Hula. Hula's taken his charge seriously of protecting them.
All right,
Air quotes for
perfect.
people that are only listening.
In that case, then,
I'd probably like give a nudge to Hula and be like, keep an eye on Zindan while we go outside.
okay. So Hula, I'm gonna say for the purposes of comedy, Zindan is seated on the far side of the couch, Ralanat on the other side. You just come and sit right in the middle of the two of them, arms around both of them.
So, you get up to any fun things lately, Ersicle
As you just get yourself
Just
comfortable.
staring
That's
at
some nice feet.
Can you say it properly, please?
Those are some nice feet.
Some nice feet.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Rav and I had the exact same thought, the exact same moment. That's great.
Let's get those puppies free.
As you make your way outside, so Ztar, Hula, Ralanat, and Zinda. It's a very awkward silence in that moment. As obviously, as you've just asked to see their feet, Hula. There's a bit of a pause. As no one responds. Too embarrassed in the moment. Too shy. You'll get them later. In that silence, as the others all leave, you're kind of just sitting there. Yeah. And it's like it's very, very quiet and awkward for a moment. Rav-eth, Neivien, and Alaran, as you follow Commander Pelican outside, he gets to the bottom of the stairs and you watch as he runs his hands through his graying black hair.
Can't say I relish the thought of having Ralanat here in the camp. She's going to be a complication, that woman.
We're aware that she has information and knowledge that she uses for various different high princes and such, but I thought that would be better here. She was involved in the caravan attack.
Yes, I know. She was the leader of it, and you had your suspicions, and I told you that
she
you would
knew
need...
about the attack.
Do you have proof of this? Has she admitted to that?
She said that she knew that they were coming to collect a package. She has said that she did not know about how the attack was going to come, but they were going to have to hand off a package. But she also said she does not care about any single person on that caravan because it's not her business. And she just said to us quite the opposite. So I think she is sharing what she thinks will be received.
Of course, which is why I said you'll need proof. Do you have some proof that she's connected to this? When I say connected to this, I mean something that I can use to justify having her held here against her will, because we're going to need to keep this secret from Bethab and his wife if we are keeping her here. She is a close personal friend of Lady Bethab.
Interesting. We brought her here knowing that she wouldn't potentially be able to stay as a prisoner because of the information she has coiled around her fingers about so many people within this house and every other. It's more that information that I'm worried about dealing with.
Frankly, I'm more concerned about the flight risk here and how quickly she could turn this back on you. If it's your word against hers, she has the wife of Machina, has the ear of Machina, Bethab's wife. This could very easily be turned back on you. You need proof.
Her manservant would testify willingly.
That's something. That is helpful, but again, it's the word of a man from the 9th, 10th Dan against a woman from the 3rd. This is going to be very, very tricky.
What sort of proof do you need?
Something.
We found her in a dungeon.
Something physical. A letter, a note, something that I can show that ties her to that location at that time, something that shows her knowledge, something that is clearly a sign of guilt in this instance, because otherwise it is going to be very hard for us to do anything with her.
How much time can you give us? Because there's 2 potential options that I see.
How many people saw her come into camp?
The gate guards and whoever
we weren't
else.
keeping her covered, although she does have a certain different look at the moment.
The dyed black hair and the jets of little juts of white. It's a bit different. Not exactly a disguise, I should say.
I was going to ask about that, but there were other more important pressing matters. Right, okay. Oh, storms. This is going to be tricky. I will speak with the guards who saw her, try and spin some tale to explain who she is so that at least there's not conversations about her. Make an announcement, I guess. Maybe a couple of days, maybe, that I can keep it under wraps that you have her here. But again, I'm putting my neck on the line for you here. If I keep her against her will, locked up, and you can't get proof, I could go down for this as well.
Would it be best if we take her somewhere else?
Can you keep her contained and safe?
No.
Okay, then no. I wouldn't take her with you. As much as I would like her gone, that woman will have contingencies in place for her death. If even half of what my sister tells me is true.
Pelican. The part of the complication is that the camp was not very receptive to us being there.
Right.
Mentes had us followed.
More than that.
More than that?
Yes, they ambushed us at the location.
You were attacked.
Yes.
The guards that he had sent to follow us then attacked us at the location where she had been kidnapped.
Mentes himself tried to attack us at the location.
Well, there's two instances. We were ambushed at the townhouse where Lady Ralanat was staying with the manservant and Red 3. We dealt with those attackers. We pursued where we believed that Lady Ralanat had been taken. Led to some...
Sorry, quick pause.
Of course.
I thought she was hiding in Aladar's camp, and now you tell me she had been captured or taken? What is this about?
We believe that she was staying in some sort of safe house, a townhouse within Aladar's camp.
Yes, we spoke about that, yep.
Yes. We believe that her manservant, Zindan, was running errands for her on her behalf, dyeing her hair black, for example, was one way of trying to keep a low profile. But it appears that she ran afoul of this organization that we have discussed prior. It seems that they have deep roots within the House Aladar, on account that after Alaran met with Lord Mintez, we were pursued throughout the camp and ambushed at the house. It would appear that perhaps they were trying to maybe pin Ralanat's disappearance, and I don't exactly know what they were aiming for, but they were trying to get rid of us. We dealt with that, and then we pursued where we believed that Lady Ralanat was being kept, which took us under the city and into some sort of cavern, yes.
Right. This is all very disturbing. I must say I don't like not knowing what is going on with these people. We think that Ralanat was working against the Sons of Honor or with them. I was under the impression that this was a group she was working with, but now it sounds like they had turned on her. Do we know why?
Well,
we think that she failed in her task. She was supposed to hand off this package, and they seem to be very keen to get it back.
To the point where they suspected that she has the package in her possession. We believe that the kidnapping and the subsequent torturing of Lady Ralanat and the manservant, which we did find, may have been in trying to get the whereabouts of where this package is kept.
We don't know what it is or why she's keeping it from him after she agreed to hand it over.
But this is our proof. Do we have this package? Do we know?
Well, that's actually a good point. She
suggested it would be the next thing for us to go find. It would be proof.
Wait, she suggested you go find it? I'm very confused.
She did. She said for us to continue on this case to our shared goals.
But she was the one who. You think she was the one who took it?
Can I look at Alaran? Is he like trying to pull something on Peligan here, or is this a?
No. This is genuine. That is what she said.
She did, yeah. She didn't tell us wrong, but she said we should seek it out.
I'm not sharing the Zindan information because it's not information that I had firsthand. I'm sharing the Ralanat perspective because it is what she was advocating for us to do.
And does Alaran have no issues with sharing information with another light-eyed guy, not knowing fully?
He'd go well for us with Montez.
Well, I mean, he wasn't lying about this though. The 19 side.
I think we've already said there's a lead for it. So like we could just say that we want to go out to recover the package if we can acquire it.
I think what Alaran is trying to say is that Lady Ralanat may have not explicitly said such things, but the implication was that we need to find where this item is being kept. And
the implication,
I understand through my discussions with the Zindan, who I believe has been maybe unjustifiably caught up in all this mess under some sort of oath that was very one-sided. And look, I'm not saying that he's completely innocent, but I believe it may be best to give him a second chance. And I believe part of that might be helping us find where this package is being kept. I have it under good authority that Zindan knows exactly where it is being kept on the Shattered Plains, and if we could take him with us while we go back out there, try to find this location, this item, whatever it may be, and bring it back, that may be enough to prove
Yes. If you're asking for my permission, you have it. You have it, absolutely. Pull on this thread. Absolutely. I think you should follow this lead, and frankly, take Zindan with you. He is a witness. I want you to keep him safe, but more importantly, if he can lead you to this, and in the presence of all of you, confirm that it was he and Ralanat who took this item and hid it here, that is our connection. That means she was working with the Sons of Honor. It is a physical thing. All of you witnessed.
I would ask that you keep this working. I would ask that you keep this in mind when serving out any sort of punishment on Zindan, if he is to agree to this and lead us to where this item is being kept.
I will make sure that any justice he faces is just, proportional to his help now and his position before.
This is the path we chose to move forward. We needed to share this with you, but how will this item be evidence that she was working against the house when our first-hand accounts were that we witnessed her do this.
Did you? Did you witness her? Can you say right now to me, under oath, that you know for a fact she was working specifically against the interests of the house, that she knew the caravan would be attacked, that she knew these people would die, that she was working deliberately to that goal?
She was packed up and moving out during the caravan attack.
During the attack, not before, right?
What's Alaran's understanding of this? Is this actually a bit of a grey area, or is this pretty clear she was packed up?
No, it was, you rushed over as the attack happened to find her packing. It's grey. She could have been forewarned. Yeah. She might not have been. You don't know. But essentially,
she has mentioned multiple times that she wasn't aware that anyone would die. So she knew that there'd be something.
She knew there was a handover, that the caravan was going to get intercepted.
Her claim has been that the caravan, that she was to stop the caravan at that ravine at that time, and that there would be a trade, a handover of an item. Not a trade. There would be a handover of the chest to Rezi and his group.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. How long do you think we have?
Days.
We get a week?
Couple. I don't know if I can give you a full week. 5 days is a long time. Look, if you can do it in 3, I'd be very grateful. 4, we're starting to stretch the bounds at which I can keep this woman contained and still have a career at the end of this. 5, I don't see any way out of this that doesn't severely, unless you do come back with proof after 5 days, this is incredibly compromising for me, for everyone involved. I'll give you as much time as I can.
If she is entertained and taken care of here, I think she will play ball.
Well,
she'll
maybe
participate.
Maybe. If she has a better offer, if Machina finds out that she's here, her good friend Ralanat, she's not going to be contained here.
She spoke a lot about having a lot of information on the house. She had information on all of us.
Yes.
I saw what she did with that information, Pelican. And I wouldn't be surprised if she had information against you.
You're asking if she has anything compromising, correct?
I'm just asking if she has something that she can twist on you.
Oh, I'm sure she knows things that she can use to try and unsettle me. But in terms of blackmail, no, not that I'm aware of. I've tried not to do things that are worthy of being blackmailed for, soldier.
Pelican, it is worth mentioning as well that she has created quite a target on her back for the Sons of Honor. I'm not to suggest that obviously there have been attacks here prior against them, and I'm sure that your defenses are sound, that you have made them correct.
They are now, after our previous failings. Yes, I understand your concern, Rav-eth. Rest assured, we've taken care of our holes in our security. I'm more concerned about the official channels. You presented yourself to Mintez like we discussed?
Yes, I spoke with him. I worked with the archers on the wall. All of that seemed fine. It was afterwards that we realized that myself and Hula were being followed. And then shortly after...
Does he know? Does he know your involvement? Does he know that you've taken Ralanat from his custody? How much does he know?
He arrived when we were leaving the facility where she was being held and tortured.
Town's testicles. Not good.
He got specifically called there by the torturers.
Yeah.
Using a fabrial. He was the direct communication point.
Right. Okay. I'm going to have to draft something official. I imagine our archers will be ejected before too long. This will be a declaration of interference from House Bethab to House Aladar. Well, maybe, actually. I wonder if he will take this through the official routes. This will be very interesting. A test of how far and how widespread this group's influence are. I'll let you know.
Yeah, the meeting I had with Mintez was very different from the conversations in the caverns. It was almost like two different men.
Did you have a talk with him in the cavern?
No.
Right. So when you say it was two different men, what do you mean?
The man I talked to I didn't believe that he was going to be the same person to then send people after us to ambush and attack us.
Well, he's a successful general and now commander. Soldier, you can't be surprised when he pulls military maneuvers, carefully planned ones to get his prey trapped. Sounds just like him, to be honest.
For what it's worth, we do believe that Lady Ralanat seems to have some sort of allegiance with House Stadius and the Queen there, just so you know.
Yes, she's a close friend of Aelthi. I know about that.
She's a close friend of everyone. Figures.
Yes, she's a close friend of a couple of key people who are useful for her. You'd be very surprised, well, maybe you wouldn't, how quickly she drops her close friends when they're no longer of use to her, and how quickly she can acquire them when they have something she wants.
No, that's becoming quite apparent.
Yeah.
But we do know of at least two Bright Lords that are allegiance with this Sons of Honor. So just so you're aware, it's that's all. That's what we
be. Mintez, obviously. Aladar himself, or just Mintez?
No. We suspect it was Rezi was the one that carried out the attack at the caravan.
Rezi, yep.
That's all we're aware of at this current time.
Yeah, this is a white spine's den. I hate walking into situations when there's unknown enemies, unknown numbers, unknown tactics. I think we've been spoiled with the Shattered Plains for so long. We know who our enemy are. They're right there across the chasm.
Sorry, we were away on business, but when we arrived, we noticed there was some sort of commotion at the House Stadius and House Colin.
Yes. Stadius outmaneuvered the Blackthorn brilliantly today. You might have seen the aftermath of it. A joint plateau run, it was called. Stadius withdrew, leaving Dalinar and his men. His son, Adolin, was with him as well, leaving them completely trapped. It's a place known as the Tower. I'm not sure if you're aware of the Shattered Plains or towards the center.
No, I'm aware.
Oh, you are aware? There's a place called the Tower, a large jutting structure rising up from the center of the plateaus. They were trapped there, but I hear one of Sadius's bridge crews turned on their, or went against orders, went back and formed up ranks to rescue the Blackthorn and his remaining soldiers. I think there's been some things that have happened as a result of that. I heard a rumor that the Blackthorn had given up his Shardblade for them in exchange for their freedom. Crazy times.
He gave up a Shardblade for which men? Sadius's army?
Slaves. Sadius's bridgemen.
What?
How many men?
Don't know. As I've said,
would they do
rumors
that?
are running wild. Well, from the way I hear it, they saved him and his men's lives. I've always seen the Blackthorn as an incredible fighting force, and I've known him as an honourable man later on in life. It's just the sort of thing he would do in exchange for his life and his son's life. Shardblade is it's invaluable, Alaran. But I would say he sees his own life and his son's life as that as well.
Wonder if that's got anything to do with that individual they have tied up there at the camp.
Individual they have tied up at the camp?
Nah, maybe not. Lady Ralanat mentioned something about someone that they were keeping outside for For a high storm.
Yes, Stormblessed. We've heard of his, heard rumours here. Sadius's troublesome bridgeman. You think it was the same one? Maybe Sadius is just as well getting rid of that slave, letting him go to Dalinar's camp. Sounds like trouble, that man.
Alaran, at hearing this about the Blackthorn, that he gave up a shard blade because he saw something that was more valuable, his and his son's life. This feels like...
You okay, son?
I think Alaran is just stuck for words. He stumbles 3 times and he has nothing. He just doesn't, he cannot compute this idea. A, because it's the Blackthorn specifically. B, because of what is being described. The idea of handing over a shard blade for a couple of men.
I think it's just been a long couple of days, Pelican. We're all a bit tired, as you can imagine.
Yes. Well, rest up, get yourselves ready. As soon as you can find any concrete evidence, anything at all that can tie Ralanat to this group, can tie her to the disaster that was the caravan, anything that proves that she knew or that she allowed this to happen, that would help immensely with what I'm going to have to do. Good luck. We're all going to need it.
All right.
Back inside, Hula and Ztar. While the others head outside, what would you guys be doing? Is there anything in particular?
No, still just trying to make sure they're not talking about anything we don't want them talking about.
Oh, perfect. Well, as you're kind of sitting there in silence, you watch as Ralanat kind of leans forwards a little bit, looking past you, Hula, as she catches Zindan's gaze, who is very desperate not to look at her, but she does manage to catch his gaze. You watch as she smiles. Zindan, you have anything you want to tell me? You watch as Zindan immediately breaks eye contact, turning and looking away. Come on now. You want to discuss what it is you spoke with these people about? They won't mind, will you, Hula? You won't mind if I ask Zindan some questions?
Well, I will mind, so we'll just go ahead and keep that on a down low unless we're going to show some feet around here.
Incredible. Thank you for internalizing this character trait and thereby ruining Hula completely. Rory, it's been great having you be part of the Ash is gone. Ash, you excited Ash too much. He's had to leave at that discussion.
This little piggy goes to market. No.
Oh, he's really excited.
Too excited.
It's always the big toe that gets him, I think.
But on a more serious note, I'd probably be like, look, your options are either get gagged again or sit here in silence.
We're just going to sit here in silence. You're not even going to offer me wine?
That is the plan.
Can we have something to drink at least, please?
I'd probably look at Ztar and be like, I haven't got any wine. Actually, I'd offer the Horny to White again. And say, this is all I've got on hand.
If I need paint stripper,
Is there
I'll ask
anything
for it.
around?
Ztar, there are some drinks around. The common area where you are currently set up has a little sidebar with a few bottles and a cabinet. There's some tea, loose leaf tea that's there to make some brews. It's designed for it's a little common area for the soldiers. Well, probably more for commanders or for higher ranked soldiers. You've been given access to some very nice accommodations here in Bethab's camp.
Yeah, it's not trying to make it as comfortable for her, you know?
Well, yeah, look, I'm with you, but I'm just wondering if she's drinking a wine, if she just shut up.
Plus-
Oh no, I can talk through the wine. What about you, Ztar? If I can't talk to Zindan, Hula, can I talk to you and Ztar then? No? Are we actually just going to sit here in sullen silence? Are you serious? Oh, very clever, Horn-Eater. You're so funny. Ah, so witty. Well done. Well, fine. If you're not going to talk, may I at least talk? I'm going to take your silence as tacit approval. Wonderful. Ztar, I wonder, just a little bit concerned, really. The others in the camp, they know that you're Parshendi, don't they? The guards and everyone, they know that you're... Right?
Uh-oh.
I never said I was Parshendi.
Oh, you don't need to. Look at you, your build, the way you speak. You're clearly one of the Parshendi from the Shattered Plains. So, the others know what you are, right? Not just your friends, but the guards, those amongst Bethab's organization?
It's interesting that you think you're so well informed.
Oh, so you don't think that people here would automatically assume that you're one of the enemy Parshendi if your true nature were to be revealed? Because I made that assumption, and I am well informed. I'm sure the gate guards, the soldiers, the very well-educated men wouldn't make the same mistake. Would they? You are clearly a Parshendi who speaks, a Parshman who speaks and thinks. Parshendi seems an apt description. The others know? No, they don't, do they? Oh. Well, that's okay. I can keep a secret. For the right price.
Oh.
You make a large assumption that I want to stay here. I can leave as soon as I need to. I have business here. I have business elsewhere. I see what you're doing. The threat is not appreciated.
I would never threaten. I'm merely wanting to make sure that your health and well-being are taken care of, Ztar. After all, we are business partners now. We are working together. I just need to make sure there's going to be no unnatural, nasty surprises for you.
Probably the sole reason you are still alive right now. Everyone else in my group quite correctly identified that the easiest way was to kill you in that storm shelter. I insisted we bring you here because it was right, and because no justice can be served by metering out violence, judge, jury, and executioner. Do not make me regret this decision.
I apologize.
You, for the time being, have an ally.
I apologize, Ztar. I would very much like us to stay allies. All of us. And if you did speak out in my defense, which it sounds like you did, I thank you for it. I, of course, appreciate staying alive. And if you were my sole defender, then perhaps keeping your secret is excellent repayment, shall we say. And I apologize.
No.
There was no threat intended. I truly...
There was. Don't insult my intelligence.
I would never.
You have. Don't do it again.
It's not because of who you are. It's just I'm used to dealing with...
And she looks over at Zindan and then looks back.
Others.
At least you didn't look at Red 3.
No, she's only had Red 3 for like 2 days. No, she looks over at Zindan and then looks back at you.
She goes, I'm used to dealing with others. Please accept my apology. Or don't. But it is there nonetheless. Interesting to hear you speak of justice. Noble goal. Justice. What justice do you seek, Ztar? Surely not
I
just
just
against the
walk
Sons
over,
of Honor.
grab a whole bottle of wine, and it just kind of just passing the bottle of wine with no glass. Trying to give her what she wants, but with no way for her to do it dignified.
Thank you, Ztar.
Just sip from the sapphire bottle.
Much obliged. No. Okay. Hula dear. Hello.
As she holds the bottle.
Hula takes
So
in a
lovely.
deep breath.
It's a very full bottle. I'm not sure I can drink the whole thing by myself
not
right
please.
now. Would you like to share some? You're really not going to speak to me. Unbelievable. Your commitment to the bit is exceptional, especially for some people who experience this as an audio-only experience. It's frankly very exciting for them, for you to be using a visual-only medium to communicate in this time.
With that, the others all like make their way back in. Peligan with them. He walks over, standing before Ralanat.
Right. Here's how this is going to be. You're staying here. I, frankly, would prefer to have you somewhere a bit more secure, but this lot have assured me that you're here to help, Ralanat.
Of course, Peligan. I was wondering, could I pop in and see Machina quickly? It's been a while since I last caught up.
No, you may not. You're here for the next few days. In this room, in this building. Your needs will be taken care of, but you're not leaving this place. Turn out your pockets. I don't want to see any gemstones, fabrials, nothing.
Peligan, there's really no need for this. I'm here to cooperate, and as a close personal friend of the High Lord's wife, I'd be a shame if anything were to get back that I was treated unfairly.
You watch as Peligan just holds out his hands.
Turn out your pockets, Ralanat. I won't say this more than once. You've been given an opportunity here for us to treat you gently. Don't squander it. This lot have argued well. Don't make me ask again.
Ralanat, we just need a few days. We need to be able to see who comes to find you here. You need to be secure. We can't have you moving about. We can't let other people know you are here. We need to find the leaks.
Make me a persuasion check, Alaran. That's right. Occasionally I do need dice rolls while we do this.
Yeah,
Rare and
genuine persuasion. We'll see.
Not just silence?
I don't think
Not
he's
just
going to be very convincing for her.
Motherfucker.
What if I just, instead of saying words, I just did this?
For podcast listeners, he's just doing the puppy dog eyes would be the best way to describe that. His attempt.
That's perfect, because I could have said Alaran gives puppy dog eyes, but instead I poorly tried to visualize that.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. Do it again.
No.
Clip it.
Thank you.
Because I think it is roughly about like 40% of our lovely viewers are not viewers, they are listeners only. And so the disrespect from Rory tonight, I mean, frankly, it's a good reason.
Pre-established, he does not like talking to her because she makes him feel stupid.
That's true. It is a good reason though to quickly get a YouTube membership and spend those channel points on disadvantage for Rory. Just saying, like that is an option.
Maybe it's because Rory's trying to push the visual medium. He's describing feet. He's talking about feet. There's all this conversation. People can't hear that. It's
just gonna be a lot of.
Whoa, for free?
Yeah, but no feet for
That's just a
free.
little bit of a taste you can get for free.
Yeah,
Subscribe
no feet.
to the
No feet.
channel and you can get that bad boy all the time.
That's it. Go on,
Alright,
give us a persuasion roll. 14.
Ooh, pretty good. Pretty good.
You watch as she looks around, not yet fully convinced.
You understand that I am here helping, right? Are you going to be keeping me babysitter for this whole time? You're going to just watch me like a man watching over a herd of chull Am I to just sit in this room for days waiting to see if someone might decide to attack me? Is that the plan here?
Part of it.
What, are you going to take turns watching me? I'd rather not be. Come on now. You're not going to spend the next couple of days just sitting here on the couch silently, as she turns towards Hula, silently sitting there doing nothing for days. Come now, that is not your plan. Not really. It can't be.
Neivien is going to kind of relatively quickly lean forward with a hand on each side of her, gripping the back of the couch, right in her face.
Oh my.
Gilded cage.
Please make
You
an intimidation
stay
check.
put.
Please make an intimidation check with advantage. I'm scared.
Gilded
The podcast
cage,
listeners,
beautiful.
Raph's lean into the camera and tenuous grip on sanity were very convincing. And Naveen's as well, I guess, but mostly Raph's in that moment.
Yeah.
21.
Whoa! Holy shit!
She holds her hands up. Fine, fine. And with that, she begins turning out her pockets, pulling parts of her robe back, and literally turning things onto the table in front of her. It looks like the people who kidnapped her did a pretty good job of relieving her of most things. However, you watch as she does pull out what looks like a small fabrial Neivien. To your eyes, it looks like it might be a pain reel that she unclips from her the sleeve of her safe hand and drops it onto the table before holding her hands up.
Oh. That makes a lot of sense.
There's a reason why the torture did not work.
But the surprise of the scratched face did.
Yeah.
She didn't have time to activate the pain reel.
Still kind of horrific, the idea that you can get absolutely like messed up by a claw to the face by Neivien.
Yeah.
But you can like be cut up under the torturer's thumb and be like, I'm fine.
But if you've activated the pain reel beforehand,
Yeah, that's true.
Terrifying. Like,
Yep.
is that physical though? Like, that's just taking away the physical experience of it, right?
Yes.
That would do something.
I can't.
Yep.
I can't decide what's worse: a claw to the face from Neivien, or just sitting in silence awkwardly on a couch.
yeah. While Rory asks if he can see your feet.
Rory specifically, not Hula. Yeah, Rory.
We get some fan art of the feet.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh boy, if this is your first experience of the Lost Archives, goodbye. Thanks for joining
It's
us.
nice knowing you.
It's nice having you.
Yeah.
Fine,
Yeah,
fine.
thanks. She tried.
Here's everything I have. I'm keeping the wine.
She takes the bottle back from the table and holds it protectively.
I probably reach out as she's like pulling the bottle of like, I'm keeping the wine, and I reach out and I say, You were to work here, serve the house, while we do our work. Don't.
Yes.
It's not to be useless.
Of course, and
Let
it's
us
very...
know what you need. We will bring you papers.
Papers
We can
sound
get you
good.
set up so that
Ink, papers, wine, all of those things are essential for my work. One cannot recall sensitive information without being hydrated properly. I'll take sapphire, maybe even some violet if you have some.
just make sure that once we, get you out of here, we can action the next couple of steps that we need to.
We made a
Looks
deal,
around,
Alaran. I
finds,
gave you my
like-
word.
Get answers and seek justice, I guess.
Of course, I'll make sure I have a list of targets, their locations, and ways to damage them, as well as a solid plan for how to get back at Bright Lord Rezi. That'll be fun. I'll enjoy that. There's nothing I quite like than sipping on a nice wine while plotting revenge against someone who's wronged me.
The smile on her face, no insight check required. The most genuine smile you've seen her do this whole time.
Ooh, scary. Alaran's got like so many images in his head, and the idea that this monster is talking about the downfall of Resi, and then seeing Resi and Shard Plate standing at the top of that cavern where everything kind of like went wrong for us. It's kind of like filling a void where another figure in Shard Plate standing there, menacing and as a monster in his image, the ultimate monster, the Blackthorn himself. That is now starting to shift as he starts to think of the actions he keeps hearing that don't make sense of Dalinar. And that image of that monster is kind of like being challenged.
Alrighty. Before we wrap up tonight, is there anything that you would like to do? Anything you'd like to prepare? I'm going to take it that you have a long rest over the course of the afternoon and evening. If there's any supplies that you need to get, we can easily do that either on or off stream. You've got full access to Bethab's commissary and all of the benefits that come with it, the armory as well. So if there's anything you need to get checked out, we can do that. That's absolutely fine. Raph, Neivien, I can see you nodding.
Yeah, I do. I
want to get a paired span read for.
Yeah, so I have access to the workshop here.
Correct.
So that'll give me a certain amount of what I need. I was looking up what's required. I already have a few bits and bobs, but you tell me what I would need in order to make or begin trying to make this concept that I have. I need it to be something that will still look like a standard span read when it's done and still function as a standard span read with the additional element of it doesn't even need to be a recording element because what we have on
way
our
harder,
side,
actually.
Yeah. What I can do on my side, if I could even set something up so that it's on almost like a seismograph paper thing to capture the wavelengths, and then work out a way to actually get that back into voice at a later date if need be.
I reckon what you're going to need is, to start this experimentation, you're going to need at least a single span read to get yourself going. They're about 100 marks. You get a discount, obviously, because you're using the stuff from the thing. So I'm going to say to get the span read to communicate with Ralanat, and then to get another span read to start experimenting with this, you're probably going to need about 75, maybe 125 marks for all the materials for both.
Can I argue, because I have efficient engineer, which expands my opportunity range by 2 and also halves my material costs, that would be halved again? Or
yes, it would be. So 125 would be halved down to 172. Is that right? No, 120. Would be halved down to 62.5. 125 would be 62.5. Yes.
Okay. I'm just having a look and not seeing. Oh, it's under equipment, isn't it?
Yes.
There we go. Yeah. Can I use extra marks to speed this up in any capacity or to increase my chances?
You can spend your marks to have more materials, but it's still going to be a time-based thing. So in this instance, I'd say probably not. For setting up the one for Ralanat, you could spend extra marks to get a span read right now without you requiring to make it. You could just go buy one.
Cool.
And that at least half that
I'm going
cost.
to do that, definitely.
Cool. Okay.
I've got 131 marks. I'll spend as much as needed.
120 then, and that'll get you the span read. It'll be 130. That'll get you the span read for Ralanat with a little bit of a discount, and then the materials to start work on your custom span read. Yes.
Perfect.
Wow. You went straight to broke.
1 mark.
Fantastic.
So worth it.
Yes.
There was also the marks that was in with the sketchy sketches that Neivien has. So I don't know if that would cover it either.
I think they might be partly in that inventory. I think you might have added them.
Cool. Yeah, if that's it, then
cool.
That's all part of that. Any rolls or anything required? Or
we'll get your crafting check now, but you'll be doing a few of them over the thing. So we'll get you to do a crafting check now to see how you start that work, and then we'll do some more as time goes on.
Okay.
And if your opportunity range is expanded by 2, it means you get a crit on 18, 19, or 20.
Oh shit! Really? Okay. Cool.
Yep, because that's what the opportunity range expansion means. Okay, 20 is not a bad start. 13 plus 7. Neivien, you get to work. This is going to be much harder than you thought. The main problem being to have the gemstones, the 2 halves vibrate, and for that vibration to pass along. The vibration to be passed along, no problems at all. You can easily do that. But something to create the vibration, to turn sound into a vibration that will then excite and move the gemstone, this is going to be harder than you thought, and it's going to require a lot of extra work. But you have a solid starting point. At least the sound coming out the other end is easy enough. All you need is an ear horn. For those who are hard of hearing, having an ear horn right up against the vibration is enough. You've got a great start. The receiver's pretty much ready to go. Now the question is how to get the transponder to operate. That's going to be the tricky part. Awesome. Anything else from anybody else before we wrap up for tonight? Otherwise, you may all benefit from a long rest, and we will be kicking off next session in the morning as you depart with Zindan to try.
Yeah, I'll have a bit of a think. I'm thinking about changing one of my expertises out with erudition, since I might have access to the library. So I'm going to think about what that might be. I'm not entirely sure yet.
No, 100%. You can definitely do that. Easy done.
I'm looking at the examples of like the utility expertises, and they're quite varied, and I'm not sure how much of that is relevant given that I just only have access to a library. But I'll have a think about it.
Yeah, there's a lot you can change it to. There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Expertises.
I'm like looking at it, it's like military logistics, military speech, motivational speech. It's like,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Basically, if you can think of it, you can have it as an expertise, and the more specific it is, the more information you get for free, is the way it kind of works. So you could have like expertise Roshar, but then like you'd be like, Roshar is the planet and the continent, and they're very big, and storms come across. Yeah. But if you went like expertise Shinova, you'd have a lot more information that you can draw upon. Cool. Okay, I think that's where we will wrap up for tonight. We'll come back next session as the team get ready and depart for the Shattered Plains once again. Very excited to have you guys heading out back onto the plains. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We will see you all again tomorrow night for Tales from the Yawning Portal. We'll see you all again on Wednesday night for the final episode of Return of the Giants. Very, very exciting. The end of an era. 138 episodes, I think we did in the end. But we will be coming back with more Return of the Giants later. As I promised, it will be a campaign that goes all the way to level 20. And I stand by that promise. We're just doing some Mistborn for a bit first. Awesome Sauce, if you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are going to go and raid a lovely friend of the channel tonight. That is going to be Corsair's Cove. They're doing their Humblewood campaign. I will bring us across to that. They're a lovely bunch of people. Josh is an excellent, excellent DM. Let's go give him some love. Everyone, we will see you all again soon. Make sure you join us, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday for our Mistborn campaign. We will see you all again soon. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and for now, farewell. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.